Does it feel like you're currently in a void? Like you're a little bit lost and you don't know what direction to go in? You're just out of a dark night of the soul or some very heavy energy and you've lost your way, really. You're in this kind of black hole and you know there's a way. You know that you're nearly there. But you're kind of just feeling a little bit muh and you're like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? I'm feeling right now the energy of transformation. We're literally in a transition phase. We've come out of the cocoon, but we're not yet spreading our wings and flying just yet. We're literally still kind of stuck between the two. We're kind of saying goodbye to our old selves and welcoming in our new self. But it's difficult. How do you say goodbye to someone you've known your whole life? Yourself. You have been with you all this time. But that person doesn't exist anymore. You're becoming the person you were always meant to be. And this is scary. This transition phase is scary. But I promise it will be worth it. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So I've been getting really a lot of messages at the moment. We're in this transformation phase. We're shedding our old skin. And that's the message I keep getting. We're shedding our old skin. This is it. We're shedding who we used to be to embrace who we're supposed to become. Now, that is really scary. And I've spoken this a few times. Like, you're literally, like for me personally, I'm saying goodbye to a girl that I've known my whole life. You know, and I know on my healing journey, I'm a different version of myself every single day. But there's always that part of yourself that's still there. That lost part of yourself. The part of yourself that has been through the hardest parts of your life. You know, this part of yourself has been your support through all your pain, through all your trauma. This person, you, were your own best friend. So how do you say goodbye to someone who's been there through it all? And this is the same with, like, this is not just shedding our skin. We're shedding stuff in our environment that no longer serves us. So it's shedding our old reality. In a nutshell, we're shedding everything that no longer serves us. And that includes ourselves. And that's the hardest one. Well, it's hard to let go of ourselves, but it's hard to let go of the people in our environment as well, which is scary. You know, but the message I'm getting loud and clear, I keep getting this fucking message, we need to let go. We're going to be stuck in this void, unsure of what direction to go in, unsure of what path to take, until we release our grip to the past. And I've said this again, and you're probably sick of me saying it. It's literally, you've got that old boat and that new boat, and you've got one leg on each, and you're literally being stretched right now, and you don't know what to do. It's like at this stage now, we're ready to jump onto the new boat, but it's like there's a rope on our leg keeping us stuck on the old boat. And a part of us is like, will I leave it there? Do you know, or will I cut that rope? Will I let go? Or will I stay? And that's, like, especially if you're like me now, and collectively, there's a lot of people going through a dark night of the soul at the moment. And if you're just out of that dark night of the soul like I am, this void is like, it's a tough one, because you're still got those residues from the dark night. So you're still kind of insecure. You're still kind of wondering, are you worth it? Or are you good enough? Or do you belong here in this new reality? Or you're still questioning, should I go back? Should I stay the same? Should I not heal? Should I not move forward? And it's hard. And the reason it's I've said this before, it's familiar. And that's what it is. And like, I think when we're going through these transitions, we're letting go of what is no longer serving us, as I said. We're letting go of the past. We're letting go of anything that's keeping us stuck in that matrix and that old reality. So we're letting go of not only our old skin, our old persona, we're letting go of people, and we're letting go of things. And another thing I'm getting a message on as well is, especially like when you're not used, say if this is one of your first dark nights to the soul, if you're new to awakening, as they say, you're going to start to get a bit confused, because a lot of the things that once brought you joy are not going to bring you joy at the moment. Like literally the things that you're most passionate about kind of go to shit. And I don't know what this is. It's like this massive test or whatever. It's not. It's literally, it's your transition from your old desires into your new desires. And that's the thing, like, but it's scary. And that's it. Like, you know, I remember, like, I had such passions. I had this and I had lists and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do that. And when you go through these transitions, all of that stuff kind of becomes, oh, maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'm not into that as much as I used to be. Or maybe, like, why don't I feel as good about this anymore? And a lot of times this is temporary. If something is meant for you, if it's actually true passion, it will come back. The fire will burn again. But when you're in this transition phase, it's like an existential crisis. You're like literally going, what am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I? And that's what you're saying to yourself. Who the fuck am I? Because you're literally saying goodbye to somebody you've known your whole life, to say hello to somebody who's an alien to you. And I've said this before. When I started transitioning initially, at the start of my awakening journey, I used to say it was like an alien inhabiting my body. Old Angela would have been looking at new Angela going, ew, get the fuck away from me. What the fuck is wrong with you? And now new Angela is looking back at old Angela going, oh, no, you're the alien. Oh, I don't want to live like that anymore. So you do get to the stage where you know that you can't go back. But when we're in this void, and this is the current energy now, I'm in this void again. It's like, it's not my first dark night of the soul. But it's like literally you're questioning your whole existence. Because you're finally letting go of everything that's keeping you stuck. And for me, it's self-limiting beliefs. And it's my abandonment wound keeps getting triggered. So I'm constantly healing that. But for me as well, it's, you know, when we've got so much pain and trauma in our past, it's hard to fucking move forward. It's hard to let ourselves move forward. Because a lot of the time we're like, if we stay here, we can't get hurt. We can't get hurt again. Like, if I don't trust people, I can't get hurt again. You know, and that's when I had to let go of my inability to trust. And like, you know, I've just been through an awful lot of stuff, like, and it's hard for me to trust. But like, that's my thing that's keeping me stuck in the past, is that I'm afraid to trust people again. And the thing is here though, for me personally, the trust thing, I'm going to do a video on this anyway, but like, it's literally, we're afraid of the new. We're afraid of the unfamiliar. We're afraid to get hurt again. We're afraid to let go of what we've always known. We're afraid to let go of that person who's been with us our whole lives, ourselves. We're afraid to let go of the people in our environment. But we're also afraid to let go of the things that once brought us joy. And that could be just temporary. Do you know, I suppose this is the hardest part. One of the hardest parts of this transition is you're literally questioning everything. And you're like, why aren't I feeling the fulfillment that I felt, you know, all my life? Why isn't this bringing me the joy that it once brought me? And I think that this transition phase is, I suppose, where we rediscover ourselves. Where we understand that we're not really losing anything. We're gaining something. We're gaining the life of our dreams. We're gaining the love of our dreams. We're gaining abundance. We're gaining fulfillment. We're gaining that reason for being on this planet. We're rediscovering who we are and discovering our life purpose, our reason for being here. So we're kind of so fixated on what we're losing. And this keeps us stuck as well. We're so fixated on this sacrifice that we're making. And the reason I do this is because it's not really a sacrifice. We think we're sacrificing our old life. We think we're sacrificing our old environment, the people around us. We're sacrificing our old wants and desires. But it's not really a sacrifice. You're not really sacrificing something if you're gaining something bigger. And there's the meme there's a meme of Jesus holding a big teddy bear behind his back, and there's a little girl in front of him, and she's got a tiny teddy bear, smaller than the one he has behind him. And he's like, asking her for the teddy. And he's like, do you trust me? But she's like, but I love this teddy bear so much. But he's like, do you trust me? Trust the universe, divine, to let go of the small teddy bear to get this bigger one. So in other words, this has run its course. Your old self, your old reality has run its course. And we might feel it that we're losing something, but we're gaining something better. We're not sacrificing because this stuff doesn't serve us. Think about it. Is that really you? And what I found so beneficial is when we're letting go of our old self, thank them. I'm grateful to old Angela. Before, at the start of my journey, I was kind of ashamed. I was kind of ridiculing and punishing myself for my past. And, unforgiving to myself for my past. But the more I heal, I realized I did those things based on the knowledge and the trauma that I was going through. So I've forgiven my old self, and I thank her. I thank her for getting me to where I am now. I thank her for doing what she needed to do to get me here. I forgive her for the mistakes she made. But I have to let her go because she doesn't serve me anymore, because I am not that person anymore. So I have to thank her and let her go. And that's what we do. We forgive our past selves, we thank our past selves, and then we let them go. That is not who you are. That was a false reality. That was a conditioned reality. That was learned behavior. What we're doing right now is unlearning that behavior. We're shedding that old skin. We are no longer that person. Those people, those things are not who we are anymore. And they will continue to hold us back if we don't let go. So this is what this void is about. It's about letting go of that last bit of stuff. That last bit of energy that's holding us back. We're letting go of our old selves, of the people that no longer serve us, the people that are toxic in our environment, the things that are toxic in our environment. You know what I mean? We might be thinking that this certain thing was a big thing for us, but was it taking up your whole life? Was it preventing you from living? Something might be a passion, something might be, your dream in a sense. But if it's taking you away from yourself, from actually truly living your life, if your life is literally revolving around this thing and not allowing you to experience the rest of your life, then maybe this thing isn't for you anymore. You know what I mean? And that is sad. It's hard, but it's telling you, this is a message for you, that you have more to discover than this one thing that's keeping you stuck in the past. And if you can't expand because of something, then that's effectively holding you back. The whole objective of awakening, transformation, is discovering how vast this universe is, how vast this world is, how vast you are. So being obsessed or fixating on one thing that's controlling your life, is it controlling your life, or are you in control of it? If you have no room in your life to let anything else in, that's keeping you stuck. So it might seem like you're doing something healthy, but if it has become an unhealthy obsession, or it controls every aspect of your life, then this is not healthy. This is keeping you stuck. So this is a lot of, so there's a lot of letting go. And if you've watched my videos lately, I keep getting the groundhog card. It's time to let go. And I got it again this week. I'd be shuffling the cards. I'd be after shuffling the cards a good few times. And I shuffle the cards away, wait for the universe to pop out a card. The card came out again this week. It's time to let go. It's time to let go of what's holding you back. It's time to let go of what is keeping you stuck. It's time to let go of the old you. It's time to shed that skin. It's time to transform. into the butterfly you were always meant to be. It's time to spread those wings and fly. So this void is for a reason. That dark night of the soul was for a reason. This pain is for a reason. This transition is for a reason. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be. You are becoming the best version of yourself. So you're going to have to let go of those things that keep you stuck, no matter what they are. And listen, if they're meant for you, they'll come back. But right now, if it's controlling your whole life, whether that be people, environment, situations, communities, whatever that you're in, ask yourself, is this keeping me stuck? Is this preventing me from moving forward? Is this good for me? Can I expand myself and my life because of this thing or this environment? If the answer is no, then you may need to let go of that. You may need to walk away from that. You may need to set boundaries with it. You cannot open up to these new beginnings that are entering if you don't shed the old, if you don't make room for that. The universe will only remove something to make room for bigger and better to enter. You're not losing something. Yes, you are. And it is hard, and I understand that. And one thing I do say, when we do transition and let go of our past and let go of our old selves and let go of these environments and let go of all this energy, we're going to be triggered. Our inner child is going to be triggered. That abandonment wound, that rejection wound, that codependency wound, that lack of feeling good enough, that unworthiness, all of that shit is going to be re-triggered. So one thing I do advise you through this transition is nurture your inner child. Plenty of self-care, self-nurturing, watch some cartoons, be playful, be childlike. Bring that child out to play, because that's the biggest wound that's going to be affected when we're letting go of certain things. Even if you choose to walk away from somebody or something, your little inner child is still going to be like, why is everyone leaving? Why does everything end? Why is everything gone? So nurture them through this phase. Nurture yourself through this phase. But this is a very, very important phase. You are right on the verge of everything that you have ever wanted. Deep down, this is all you've ever wanted. Your soul has been training lifetimes for this. This is the final transition into your best life. This is you transforming into your best self. So you do need to let go of what is no longer serving you. Let go of what is keeping you stuck in the past. Let go of the old. Say goodbye to your old self and say hello to your new self and your new life. Because there is magic coming. There really is. Oh, happy 11/11 portal, by the way. Big manifestations going on at the moment. So positive mind, positive outlook. Because what you want is already yours. What you seek is seeking you. Your manifestations are manifesting you. Believe that. Understand that this is the final step before you transform into your new life. So shed that old skin, shed that old reality, and embrace your new one. You can do this. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.